Question 1. A project manager discovers that a critical team member, skilled in a specific technology, is frequently absent due to personal issues, causing delays in a key deliverable. In the project work performance domain, what action should the project manager prioritize to mitigate this risk? A. Escalate the issue immediately to the project sponsor. B. Reassign the team member's tasks to another team member without discussing with the team member. C. Facilitate a discussion with the team member to understand the situation and explore solutions, such as temporary support or adjusted workload. D. Document the absence and deduct it from the team member's performance review. Answer: C. Facilitate a discussion with the team member to understand the situation and explore solutions, such as temporary support or adjusted workload. The project work performance domain emphasizes managing project activities, which includes fostering team performance and managing resources effectively. When a critical team member faces issues, the project manager's priority is to address the situation proactively and collaboratively, understanding the root cause to find a constructive solution that supports both the individual and project goals. Engaging in open communication, as in facilitating a discussion, allows for identifying potential support mechanisms or adjustments, like bringing in temporary help, to keep the project on track while supporting the team member. Remember, effective problem-solving often starts with understanding and collaboration. Question 2. During project execution, a project manager identifies that the actual cost for a series of tasks is significantly higher than planned. This deviation was not caught earlier through routine monitoring. Which project document should be immediately updated to reflect the current financial status accurately within the project work performance domain? A. Stakeholder register. B. Risk register. C. Cost management plan. D. Project management plan, specifically, the cost baseline. Answer: D. Project management plan, specifically, the cost baseline. The project work performance domain involves managing physical resources and implementing approved changes, which includes controlling costs. When a significant deviation from the planned cost occurs, the project manager must reflect this in the project's financial plan. The project management plan, which contains the cost baseline, is the authoritative document that defines the approved budget for the project work, and any significant variances need to be addressed and potentially updated through a change request. Keeping your project management plan updated is crucial for accurate reporting and future decision-making. Question 3. In an agile project, the team is struggling to deliver the expected features by the end of a sprint due to unexpected technical challenges. What is the most appropriate action for the Scrum Master, operating within the project work performance domain, to take? A. Extend the sprint duration to allow the team to complete all features. B. Reprioritize the remaining backlog items with the product owner and the team, aiming for a realistic sprint goal. C. Assign additional team members to help complete the work for the current sprint. D. Cancel the sprint and restart planning for the next one. Answer: B. Reprioritize the remaining backlog items with the product owner and the team, aiming for a realistic sprint goal. The project work performance domain in an agile context involves fostering team performance, managing issues, and adapting the approach to deliver value. When unexpected technical challenges arise, the Scrum Master facilitates the team's ability to achieve their goals, which includes managing scope within the fixed sprint duration. The most appropriate action is to collaborate with the product owner and the team to adjust the sprint backlog, ensuring a realistic sprint goal can still be met, rather than extending the sprint or arbitrarily adding resources. Adaptability and continuous reevaluation are key to agile success. Always aim to deliver the most valuable items first. Question 4. A project manager is overseeing the development of a new software application. During testing, several critical bugs are discovered that prevent the application from meeting the quality standards. Which aspect of the project work performance domain is most directly affected by this situation? A. Stakeholder engagement. B. Risk management. C. Quality assurance. D. Resource management. Answer: C. Quality assurance. The project work performance domain encompasses processes related to ensuring deliverables meet specified quality standards. The discovery of critical bugs directly indicates that the product is not meeting the required quality. This situation calls for immediate attention to quality assurance activities, such as further testing, defect management, and potentially process improvements to prevent similar issues in the future. Ensuring quality is not just about finding errors, but also about building the right product in the right way from the start. Question 5. A project team is highly skilled and motivated, but communication breakdowns frequently occur, leading to duplicated efforts and missed deadlines. In the project work performance domain, what should the project manager prioritize to improve team collaboration? A. Implement stricter reporting requirements for individual tasks. B. Introduce daily stand-up meetings to improve information flow and coordination. C. Conduct a team-building exercise outside of work hours. D. Reassign team members to different roles to prevent communication issues. Answer: B. Introduce daily stand-up meetings to improve information flow and coordination. The project work performance domain emphasizes effective communication and fostering team performance. When communication breakdowns lead to inefficiency, improving information flow is critical. Daily stand-up meetings, or similar brief, regular check-ins, are a common agile practice that significantly enhances team coordination, helps identify impediments, and ensures everyone is aware of progress and potential dependencies. Implementing structured communication can help align team efforts and prevent miscommunications. Question 6. A project team is developing a new product, and halfway through the project, a key regulatory requirement changes, necessitating a significant redesign of a core component. What process within the project work performance domain does this situation primarily trigger? A. Risk response planning. B. Scope validation. C. Integrated change control. D. Performance reporting. Answer: C. Integrated change control. The project work performance domain includes implementing approved changes. A significant change in a regulatory requirement that impacts a core component of the product directly triggers the integrated change control process. This process ensures that all requested changes are formally reviewed, approved or rejected, and managed throughout the project lifecycle, maintaining the integrity of the project baselines. Always remember that any change that impacts scope, schedule, or cost needs to go through a formal change process. Question 7. A project manager is leading a predictive project and needs to ensure that the project team is actively learning from past experiences and integrating new knowledge into current project activities. What action is most relevant within the project work performance domain to achieve this? A. Distribute lessons learned from previous projects at the beginning of the current project. B. Conduct regular lessons learned sessions throughout the project lifecycle and update organizational process assets. C. Require team members to complete mandatory training on project management principles. D. Delegate knowledge management responsibilities to a dedicated team member. Answer: B. Conduct regular lessons learned sessions throughout the project lifecycle and update organizational process assets. The project work performance domain involves managing knowledge and learning to improve project performance. While distributing past lessons learned is helpful, actively conducting regular lessons learned sessions during the project and systematically updating organizational process assets ensures that new knowledge generated from current experiences is captured, shared, and utilized. This continuous feedback loop helps the team and organization learn and adapt, improving future project delivery. Creating a culture of continuous learning is vital for project success. Question 8. The project team is tasked with procuring specialized equipment for a construction project. Due to unforeseen supply chain disruptions, the delivery of this equipment is delayed by several weeks. What action, within the project work performance domain, should the project manager prioritize? A. Inform the project sponsor about the delay and wait for instructions. B. Expedite the order by paying a premium for faster shipping. C. Analyze the impact of the delay on the project schedule and cost, then develop mitigation options and communicate with stakeholders. D. Immediately switch to a different supplier, regardless of cost. Answer: C. Analyze the impact of the delay on the project schedule and cost, then develop mitigation options and communicate with stakeholders. The project work performance domain involves managing physical resources, implementing approved changes, and effective communication. When a critical resource is delayed, the project manager's primary responsibility is to understand the full impact on project objectives, schedule, cost, scope, quality, and then proactively develop solutions. This systematic approach, including impact analysis and stakeholder communication, allows for informed decision-making and prepares the team to manage the situation effectively. Being proactive and transparent about impacts is key to maintaining stakeholder confidence. Question 9. An agile team is consistently failing to meet its sprint commitments. The Scrum Master observes that user stories are often unclear and acceptance criteria are missing. What should the Scrum Master do to improve the team's performance, considering the project work performance domain? A. Insist that the team commits to fewer stories each sprint. B. Work with the product owner to ensure user stories are well defined and include clear acceptance criteria before sprints begin. C. Facilitate a meeting with the development team to assign specific story writers. D. Increase the length of daily stand-ups to discuss story details more thoroughly. Answer: B. Work with the product owner to ensure user stories are well defined and include clear acceptance criteria before sprints begin. The project work performance domain, especially in Agile, focuses on delivering value and fostering team performance. Unclear user stories directly hinder the team's ability to complete work effectively and meet commitments. The Scrum Master's role involves coaching the product owner and the team to ensure the backlog is refined and user stories are ready for development, meaning they are clear, understandable, and have complete acceptance criteria. Good input leads to good output, so focus on clarity upstream. Question 10. A project manager is conducting a walkthrough of a newly completed deliverable with key stakeholders. During the walkthrough, a stakeholder points out a significant discrepancy between the deliverable and what was initially agreed upon in the requirements documentation. What process within the project work performance domain does this situation most closely relate to? A. Perform quality assurance. B. Validate scope. C. Control quality. D. Monitor stakeholder engagement. Answer: B. Validate scope. The project work performance domain includes delivering the project's scope and achieving the project's objectives. When stakeholders formally review a deliverable to ensure it meets documented requirements and formally accept it, this activity is known as validate scope. Discovering a discrepancy during this process means the deliverable doesn't meet the agreed-upon scope, requiring corrective action or a change request. Remember, validating scope is about stakeholder acceptance of the deliverables, while controlling quality is about ensuring the deliverables meet quality standards. Question 11. During project execution, a team member identifies a potential future issue that could significantly impact the project schedule if it materializes. What is the appropriate initial action for the project manager within the project work performance domain? A. Ignore the issue unless it actually occurs to avoid unnecessary work. B. Document the potential issue in the risk register and analyze it. C. Immediately assign a team to resolve the issue before it escalates. D. Inform the project sponsor and ask them to make a decision. Answer: B. Document the potential issue in the risk register and analyze it. The project work performance domain involves managing issues and risks. A potential future issue is by definition a risk. The appropriate first step is to formally identify and document it in the risk register, then analyze its probability and impact. This proactive approach allows the project manager to plan risk responses, rather than react only if the risk becomes a problem, which is crucial for effective project control. Being proactive about risks can save a lot of headaches later on. Question 12. A project is progressing well, but the project manager notices that team members are frequently getting sidetracked by non-project related requests from other departments. What action should the project manager take, within the project work performance domain, to maintain team focus? A. Instruct team members to ignore all external requests. B. Implement a formal process for managing external requests, channeling them through the project manager or a designated point person. C. Document the distractions as risks to the project schedule. D. Assign a team member to handle all external requests on behalf of the team. Answer: B. Implement a formal process for managing external requests, channeling them through the project manager or a designated point person. The project work performance domain emphasizes fostering team performance and ensuring effective and efficient use of organizational resources. When external distractions impact team focus, establishing a clear process for handling these requests prevents disruption to critical project work. Channeling requests through a single point of contact, often the project manager, helps filter, prioritize, and manage these interruptions, allowing the team to concentrate on their assigned project tasks. Protect your team's focus, it's essential for productivity. Question 13. In a large, complex project, the project manager is overwhelmed by the volume of information and data being generated, making it difficult to get a clear picture of project status. What tool or system, critical to the project work performance domain, should the project manager leverage? A. Microsoft Excel spreadsheets. B. Project Management Information System, PMIS. C. Communication Management Plan. D. Work Breakdown Structure, WBS. Answer: B. Project Management Information System, PMIS. The project work performance domain involves developing and using project management information systems, PMIS, to manage project processes and information effectively. A PMIS is a structured system, often software-based, designed to collect, integrate, and disseminate project management processes, making it easier to track progress, manage changes, and generate reports. Utilizing a PMIS helps in organizing vast amounts of project data, providing a centralized and efficient way to monitor project health. Think of a PMIS as your project's command center, helping you see the big picture. Question 14. A project manager is conducting regular project status meetings. During a meeting, a team member brings up a technical issue that has been hindering their progress for several days, but was not previously reported. What immediate action should the project manager take, within the project work performance domain? A. Tell the team member to resolve it on their own as it is a technical issue. B. Document the issue in the issue log and work with the team to identify a solution or escalate if necessary. C. Express disappointment that the issue was not reported earlier. D. Reassign the task to another team member who might resolve it faster. Answer: B. Document the issue in the issue log and work with the team to identify a solution or escalate if necessary. The project work performance domain requires managing issues and fostering team performance. When a problem arises, especially one hindering progress, it needs to be formally acknowledged and addressed. Documenting it in the issue log ensures it's tracked, and then collaborating with the team or escalating allows for timely resolution, preventing further delays. Remember, identifying issues promptly is crucial, but once identified, focus on finding solutions and supporting your team. Question 15. A project is utilizing a hybrid approach, combining elements of predictive and agile methodologies. The project manager needs to ensure that the team is consistently producing deliverables that meet the agreed-upon quality standards for all components. Which activity within the project work performance domain is paramount for this? A. Develop the project charter. B. Conduct a final project audit. C. Perform quality assurance activities throughout the project. D. Create a detailed risk management plan. Answer: C. Perform quality assurance activities throughout the project. The project work performance domain involves performing quality assurance to ensure that the project and its deliverables meet the requirements and stakeholder expectations. Regardless of whether a project is predictive, agile, or hybrid, consistently producing high-quality deliverables requires ongoing quality assurance activities. These activities focus on the processes being used to create deliverables, ensuring they are effective and contribute to the desired quality outcomes throughout the project lifecycle. Quality is built in, not inspected on. Question 16. A project manager is reviewing performance data and notices that the team is consistently over budget on certain work packages, despite managing scope tightly. This indicates a potential problem with resource allocation or utilization. What aspect of the project work performance domain is highlighted here? A. Managing communications. B. Managing physical resources. C. Managing stakeholder engagement. D. Managing risks. Answer: B. Managing physical resources. The project work performance domain includes effectively managing physical resources, which encompasses ensuring their efficient acquisition, allocation, and utilization to stay within budget and schedule. Consistently going over budget on work packages, while scope is controlled, often points to inefficiencies or miscalculations related to the cost of materials, equipment, or even the productivity of resources. Therefore, the project manager needs to investigate how physical resources are being managed and utilized. Efficient resource management is key to staying on track financially. Question 17. The project manager identifies that a crucial external vendor is underperforming, risking delays in a key project deliverable. What action should the project manager take first, within the project work performance domain, to address this issue? A. Replace the vendor immediately with a new one. B. Issue a formal warning to the vendor and threaten contract termination. C. Review the vendor contract and engage in communication to understand the root cause of underperformance and discuss corrective actions. D. Absorb the vendor's tasks into the internal team's workload. Answer: C. Review the vendor contract and engage in communication to understand the root cause of underperformance and discuss corrective actions. The project work performance domain involves managing issues, managing physical resources, and effective communication. When a vendor underperforms, the project manager should first engage in proactive communication and review the contractual agreements to understand the nature of the issue and explore potential solutions with the vendor. This approach aims to resolve the problem collaboratively before escalating to more drastic measures like termination, which could introduce further delays and costs. Remember, communication and partnership are often the best first steps in vendor management. Question 18. A project team is working in an agile environment, and the product owner often changes priorities midway through a sprint, disrupting the team's flow and making it difficult to complete committed work. How should the Scrum Master, aligned with the project work performance domain, address this? A. Tell the team to ignore the product owner's requests during the sprint. B. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor. C. Coach the product owner on the importance of stable sprint backlogs and the impact of mid-sprint changes on team predictability and focus. D. Introduce a formal change request process for all mid-sprint changes. Answer: C. Coach the product owner on the importance of stable sprint backlogs and the impact of mid-sprint changes on team predictability and focus. The project work performance domain in Agile emphasizes fostering team performance and adapting the approach. The Scrum Master's role includes coaching the product owner and the team on Agile principles. Frequent mid-sprint changes undermine the sprint's purpose and the team's ability to focus and deliver. Coaching the product owner on the benefits of a stable sprint backlog helps them understand how their actions affect the team's productivity and predictability, leading to better outcomes. Education and clear communication are often the best tools for resolving process impediments. Question 19. A new regulation is introduced that requires a change in the way a critical component of the project's deliverable is designed and manufactured. This change impacts scope, schedule, and cost. What is the next logical step for the project manager to take, within the project work performance domain? A. Inform the team to stop work on that component until further notice. B. Submit a formal change request to initiate the integrated change control process. C. Immediately update the project schedule and budget to reflect the new requirement. D. Conduct a risk assessment to understand the implications of the regulation. Answer: B. Submit a formal change request to initiate the integrated change control process. The project work performance domain involves implementing approved changes and controlling project work. When a significant new requirement impacts project baselines, scope, schedule, cost, it must be handled through the formal integrated change control process. This ensures that the change is properly evaluated, approved by relevant stakeholders, and then systematically incorporated into the project, maintaining control over the project's evolving plan. Always follow the change control process to maintain project integrity. Question 20. A project manager has just completed a major deliverable. Before formally submitting it to the client for acceptance, what crucial activity should the project manager perform, within the project work performance domain, to ensure internal completeness and correctness? A. Validate scope with the client. B. Perform a project closure review. C. Conduct control quality activities. D. Update the stakeholder register. Answer: C. Conduct control quality activities. The project work performance domain includes controlling quality, which involves monitoring specific project results to determine whether they comply with relevant quality standards and identifying ways to eliminate causes of unsatisfactory performance. Before presenting a deliverable to external stakeholders for acceptance, validate scope, the project manager should ensure that it passes internal quality checks and meets all specified quality requirements. This ensures the deliverable is fit for purpose and reduces the likelihood of rejection. Always perform internal quality checks before seeking external approval. Question 21. A project team is experiencing low morale and declining productivity, despite having all necessary resources and a clear scope. What aspect within the project work performance domain should the project manager focus on to address this issue? A. Managing the cost baseline. B. Fostering team performance. C. Managing physical resources. D. Developing project documents. Answer: B. Fostering team performance. The project work performance domain explicitly includes fostering team performance. Low morale and declining productivity, even with resources and scope clarity, often indicate issues related to team dynamics, motivation, or interpersonal conflicts. The project manager needs to focus on building a cohesive and high-performing team environment through coaching, conflict resolution, recognition, and addressing any underlying issues affecting the team's well-being and collaboration. A motivated team is a productive team. Question 22. A project manager is working on a high-risk project. Throughout execution, several minor risks have materialized and been successfully mitigated without significant impact. What activity, crucial within the project work performance domain, ensures that these experiences contribute to future success? A. Update the risk breakdown structure. B. Close out completed risks in the risk register. C. Capture lessons learned regarding risk identification, analysis, and response effectiveness. D. Inform the project sponsor about each mitigated risk immediately. Answer: C. Capture lessons learned regarding risk identification, analysis, and response effectiveness. The project work performance domain involves managing knowledge and learning. When risks materialize and are addressed, the experience gained is valuable organizational knowledge. Capturing lessons learned about how risks were identified, analyzed, and how effective the responses were helps the project team and the organization improve their risk management processes for current and future projects. This continuous learning loop is vital for organizational maturity. Question 23. A project manager is overseeing the execution of a software project. A key deliverable is a complex module that requires expertise from both the development and testing teams. There is a disagreement between the two teams on the priority of certain bugs versus new features. How should the project manager handle this conflict within the project work performance domain? A. Make an executive decision on the priority and inform both teams. B. Facilitate a meeting between the development and testing teams to collaboratively prioritize and reach a consensus. C. Escalate the conflict to functional managers for resolution. D. Assign a third-party mediator to resolve the dispute. Answer. B. Facilitate a meeting between the development and testing teams to collaboratively prioritize and reach a consensus. The project work performance domain emphasizes fostering team performance and managing issues. Conflicts between teams are common, and the project manager's role is often to facilitate resolution rather than impose it, especially when technical expertise is involved. By facilitating a collaborative discussion, the project manager empowers the teams to find a mutually agreeable solution, leveraging their combined knowledge and promoting team ownership, which is crucial for overall project success. Collaboration often leads to the best outcomes and stronger team dynamics. Question 24. During the project execution, a project manager identifies that the project is running significantly behind schedule and over budget. To understand the root cause and determine corrective actions, which type of data should the project manager primarily analyze from the project work performance domain? A. Project forecasts and future trends. B. Work performance data and work performance information. C. Stakeholder satisfaction surveys. D. Organizational process assets updates. Answer. B. Work performance data and work performance information. The project work performance domain involves monitoring and controlling work, which heavily relies on analyzing performance. Work performance data is raw observations, e.g., actual start/finish dates, actual costs, while work performance information is the analyzed data, providing context and meaning, e.g., actual percentage complete, variances from baseline. Analyzing these is crucial for understanding current project status, identifying deviations, and making informed decisions on necessary corrective or preventative actions to get the project back on track. Your project data tells a story, learn to read it effectively. Question 25. A project is being conducted in an environment where regulations are frequently updated. To ensure ongoing compliance and avoid last-minute issues, what proactive measure should the project manager implement within the project work performance domain? A. Assign a dedicated team member to monitor regulatory changes and communicate impacts. B. Purchase expensive compliance software. C. Delay project phases until regulations stabilize. D. Only check for regulatory updates at major project milestones. Answer. A. Assign a dedicated team member to monitor regulatory changes and communicate impacts. The project work performance domain involves managing risks and ensuring effective and efficient use of organizational resources. In a dynamic regulatory environment, proactively monitoring changes and understanding their impact is critical for avoiding non-compliance and project disruptions. Assigning a team member to this task formalizes the process, ensuring continuous vigilance and timely communication to all relevant stakeholders, allowing for adaptive planning and adjustments. Proactive monitoring helps you stay ahead of potential problems.